Greetings, Eric the Car Guy here with yet another episode at Eric the Car Guy's Little Shop. Today we have when bad things happen. We're actually working outside. Luckily it's a nice day today as a result of what we have here with this 1990 Accord. Check it out. Obviously there's a tire issue, but more importantly is the fact that this wheel no longer attached. Well, it's kind of obvious that you'd start with taking the wheel off. So here we go, taking the wheel off. Next I'm going to take the caliper off, just the two fasteners that hold the entire assembly on, and slide it off of the rotor. That's what I'm intending on doing here. Then there's two fasteners that hold the brake line to the knuckle that I just took off. Now I don't like to let calipers just hang and dangle by the brake hose, so I'm going to hook this one up to this bungee cord here. And here, and here, yes, there it is, and set that to the side. Now I'm going to take the cotter pin off of the tie rod end and pull that out. This is my preferred method here, just using leverage and a pair of side cutters. And then of course, hit what it goes through. Bing, there you go. That's done. Next I'm going to take the cover off of the upper ball joint. I'm going to find out that the cotter pin is wasted, but it doesn't matter because I'll be replacing these control arms in a different video because they're junk. And now we're loose there. Take the whole assembly off, set it to the side. Now we take the remnants of what's left of our broken ball joint out. This part's cool coming up. So I hit it a few times and then doink. Oh, it's sweet. Now, this fastener that goes through this wishbone here was on pretty tight, so that's me standing on the wrench to get it loose. Don't be afraid to use your girth and gravity to help you here, which is what I've done. Take the through bolt out. These are a lot easier if you're pushing down on the lower control arm to get the tension off of it, but I just got it to the point where the thread's caught, twisted it out, and away you go. Now what's left of the inner joint, the axle, really doesn't take too much to overcome that C-clip that holds it in. It's very little that holds that together. Now we have the whole assembly off the car. Let's take it inside and put it in the vise. Lock it down, take the axle out. Maybe you should hang on to something. Whoops. And then reposition it to get the snap ring off the ball joint. I use these giant snap ring pliers. They're universal. You can change the ends on them to suit what you need. Ta-da! Now there's two ways you can do this. This is one way. This is another. Either way will work. I would get rid of the rubber first. Normally you'd have something to hit that was sticking out of the top of this, but in this case, there's nothing there. So I'm going to start with hitting around the outside of where the ball joint goes through. Just like when you knock the suspension parts loose, you want to hit where an object goes through. When you do that, it kind of breaks it loose from its mount. Once it's broken loose from its mount, you're good to go. Please enjoy the music while your party is reached. Now, it's a real good idea to take the rubber boot off of the ball joint before you try to knock it through the knuckle. If not, it could get bound up and stuck. I'm using an air hammer here, but you can just as easily use a regular hammer and whatever else to get this out of here. Ta-da! Now, it's not a bad idea to go in here with like some crocus cloth or light sandpaper, such as this, to just sort of get any burrs or anything that might be still in here. So you might want to clean this up a little bit before you start knocking the old one in, or knocking the new one in. You may have to take this boot off before you put this into the knuckle. And if you do have to do that, you just basically take this metal ring off. Works just like the keys on your keychain. I need to pull that off, and we may have to do that yet, but if I don't have to, I'm not going to. And it doesn't look like I have to. Hit with the round end of your hammer. Okay, so I got tired of hitting it with my hammer and got out my air hammer, and you can see that it goes in a little bit easier. The thing to watch out for is whether or not this gets cocked in the bore, because if it does, it won't go in very well. So you need to make sure that it goes in straight and true. Now let's turn it around so we can put the new snap ring on. They often come with new snap rings. Use them. You want to make sure that it's seated in all the way around. And if it's not, you can take it like a chisel or something and make sure it's in there. But this one went in extremely well and came out extremely well. You may not be so lucky. I'm going to install my axle now. But before I do, I'm going to check it against the new axle. And these are the things that I'm looking for. I'm looking to see if the length of the inner joint male end is the same, and also roughly the same size. I'm also, if the car has ABS, you want to make sure it has one of these. These are tone rings. If you put one of these axles on and it doesn't have one of these rings, you're going to have to take it off the old one and swap it over. You can do this, it's a tedious process, but it's a good idea to know that now. If it does have a ring and you don't have ABS, don't worry about it. It's not really going to matter. But make sure you check those things and what size it is before you get it all dirty and put it in the car. Also, you want to save your old axle because many times they have a core on them, which means you have to return the old one back to the parts store where you bought it for your deposit. Now let's take that pretty axle and install it in the car. You have to. This is the reason why I took the wishbone loose, because the inner joint won't fit past all of this without doing that. Now, you want to get the splines and everything started, and really you just need to overcome the spring tension of this C-clip. And you see I just did there. Make sure it's seated all the way down in, and then install the through bolt for the wishbone. The book says you should wait till the car's on the ground to tighten this, because it'll ruin this bushing. On this car, I don't think it's going to matter. Ball joint in first, followed by the axle. That's wasted too. Okay, well that's not the same size as the old one. So I'm actually going to go back to the old one. Okay, what I meant by that is the nut for the ball joint was a different size, so I just reused the old one. No big deal. Reinstall the cotter pins, and pretty much in reverse order of everything that you just did. Now let's speed things up. Okay, once you're done, you're not really, this car isn't done. This just basically gets it so I can get into my shop. Go around the wheel, check to see if anything is loose. Check for, like the upper ball joint, also the tie rod end, and in this case I believe this car also has a wheel bearing issue. So we have a lot more to go here, but this right here is our failure point, and this is basically what gave this person quite a bad day. And if you're driving down the road and that happens, it can be a harrowing experience to say the least, and obviously an expensive repair. The best way to prevent this is periodic maintenance. Like, say for instance you've got it up in the air for an oil change or something like that. Just give the wheels a shake and see if there's anything loose. You should be checking your suspension, I'd say about every 30,000 miles or so. Or if you're driving a car for a long period of time, you'll know. You'll feel a shakiness in the steering wheel, something like that. But there's a lot more to go here that may show up on a future video, but this will cover this ball joint / axle replacement for now. I'm Eric the Car Guy. As always, you can leave me text or video responses below, or over at EricTheCarGuy.com. I'm not sure which way it goes. But hey, stay dirty. Yeah, you, dirty.